Good morning, good day, good evening. Whenever you're watching this, we're glad you are. Welcome back to this month's segment of Lakeside in Focus.
Today we will share with you stories about our Japanese exchange program and a look into the middle school's Day of Caring. Lakeside had some special visitors. 9 students from Hanamaki, Japan, Hot Springs' sister city, came and stayed with Lakeside students for a week. I actually got to be a host student last year.
Me too! I hosted a student this year and actually got to travel to Japan last year with the program. This is such a special partnership. Let's check it out.
I think anytime you could put students in a situation where they are going to a different place to see how things operate differently and similarly, it benefits our kids.
Getting to know somebody that's actually from that culture instead of just stereotypes and things that you've heard from the internet or from other students, getting to know someone that's actually from where that is.
Hanamaki Hot Springs!
The Hot Springs Sister City program helps students connect across the world.
When our kids go there, their kids come here. We really look at something like a tether to where when something happens in that part of the world, our kids relate to it because we know we have people there, we know people there. And I think it's the same way for our Japanese students. They come here, they meet us, they know our part of the earth. When something happens here, they think about us.
There's one girl that I hosted last year that I've became really connected with, and I stayed at her house when I went back to Japan this summer, and she was from our sister school, Higashi.
We communicate with with Hanamaki, with Higashi, several times during the year, and we exchange good news information about our athletics teams, about our graduation, about accomplishments that our students have, and that's always when the students go to Hanamaki. We always visit Higashi, and then when their students come, they really focus on Lakeside as their main point of experience.
For Lakeside, it's more than just a trip.
I think one of the big things that we're trying to teach our citizens here in the United States, but especially here in Hot Springs, is how to understand other cultures and how to be understanding and tolerant of those cultures.
It taught me to be more tolerant of other people, and just understanding other cultures in general is very good for your interactions with just different people in your everyday life.
One of my favorite things about the visits is when the last night, when we're having the final dinner and they're getting ready to travel home. Almost every year we have several students that are crying because they have gotten so close.
Ready? You know, we had
As the week went along, they opened up more and they started talking and they really had a close bond.
It's nice to see the students come all shy and quiet, and when they arrive and then they're just wondering what's going to be happening in the next few days, and then when we leave, it's like they don't want to leave.
When she left, my daughter was very upset to see her go. So,
Like when I hosted, it felt like, and he left, it felt like my brother was leaving. It felt like I was probably not going to see my brother again.
And they've completely changed. They're not the same students that arrived.
Even though that there's a language barrier between us, we can still find a way to get along and still connect to each other on a very deep basis.
But they're still able to share so many things that experience is so moving.
Walmart? Mountain?
eating pancake.
We went to the pancake shop.
So delicious.
Yeah.
I had many experience in America with Sia. チーズバーガーなど美味しいものを食べたことです。
She got to eat a cheeseburger, things like a cheeseburger, and enjoy it.
We took him up to the mountain and we celebrated his birthday and listening to music.
And so I see the emotional impact that has on our students. I've been able to keep up with several of our students as they have graduated high school, and they're still very interested in the program and the developments that are happening, and that tells me that it's making an impact on our kids well after their experience at Lakeside.
So my host sister, she's thought about coming to college in the US, and so that'd be super cool if like we ended up going to the same college and rooming together or something. It's just like those little connections that you make throughout your life that can help you in the future. Or I possibly want to go to Japan to teach English, maybe connections over there, or in her job she could help me get a job, or like it's just little connections that you have all over the world that will help you in the future.
Connections aren't the only benefit the program has to offer.
I think the main benefit for our students is to see that our culture is not the only culture in the world.
And learning more about other cultures educates us to where we won't make any mistakes or do anything ignorant that might affect us in the long run.
We are a lot more alike than what you would think, even though we are on opposite ends of the world.
Come experience the opposite end. Get involved.
Oh, I would highly recommend getting involved with the program. If that's a little outside of your comfort level right now, is actually getting on a plane and traveling to Japan. Start by hosting a student, or start by getting involved with the visits when the students come to visit Lakeside. I think that's a great way, again, to experience culture.
Did you enjoy your visit?
Yes. Thank you very much.
It's definitely cool to say that one of your best friends lives across the world.
This exchange program is near and dear to both of our hearts. And if you or someone you know is interested, please contact Mary Zunick.
Lakeside provides so many opportunities to give back to our community. The students at Lakeside Middle School took advantage of the day before Thanksgiving break to do just that.
These selfless students volunteered at 9 different places within the Hot Springs and Lakeside School District. Let's take a glimpse into their busy and exciting day.
So what if I told you a whole school dropped what they were doing to go out and make a difference? Now what if I told you that they were middle schoolers and they were thinking about more than just themselves?
LMS Day of Caring. Day of Caring.
Day of Caring.
Day of Caring!
On a Tuesday, the Lakeside students scattered across the city to make an impact.
We are creating mats for the homeless people out of plastic bags.
Volunteering for people that need food.
Today we're helping out at this art center for LMS Day of Caring.
Right now we're making a food for them, like a meal, and they can put it together and make it for people who are in need of food.
I went to the Boys and Girls Club and we were cleaning up their attic because so many people are kind and they donate stuff, but then sometimes they get stuck up there for too long and then they get all old and dusty, so we were just helping them clean it out.
I went to the Jackson House thrift store, and what we did was that we went through old clothes and we hung them up and we restocked the shelves for Christmas and just stuff like that. And at the end we got cookies and punch and all that good stuff.
I really appreciate them coming. I graduated from Lakeside, so it's fun to have Lakeside kids here. I love to see the kids getting out in the community and helping just the younger kids and even the kids with disabilities. Just to be able to do that is very important.
Always my favorite group in all the world that comes through here. We have a lot of different groups that come through, but it's always exciting to get kids into philanthropy. It makes a stronger, kinder person in adulthood, I believe.
Giving back doesn't have to be done off campus. 5th and 6th graders lended a hand from within the school walls.
It's like a great time to show people that we care about the community and give stuff to do it for them.
We were making some food for the Jackson house.
The Day of Caring participants learned a valuable lesson. It is more blessed to give than to receive.
It's great because everyone else has a great desire to give to others, and I feel like I should give to others.
Giving to others is important because you're helping your community when you give to others.
It makes us feel good, and it's helping people who need help.
I am so impressed with our middle schoolers, and I cannot believe that the semester is already coming to a close.
Me either. Lakeside has had some fantastic experiences this school year. Going back to Governor Hutchinson's visit, Tom Cotton's interview, to a new fishing team, and our successful legacy program. Good morning, good day, good evening. Whenever you're watching this, we're glad you are. Welcome to Lakeside in Focus.
Lakeside looks to me right at the top in Arkansas.
And beginning this show and being a part of District Press has definitely been one of the highlights of the semester for me. We want to thank our Lakeside administration, our teacher, Mr. Chris Slayton, and our advisors, Mrs. Susan Harris and Mrs. Tara Adams, for giving us the opportunity to produce this show and the stories in it.
We also want to give a shout out to our fellow District Press members for working so hard this semester. We hope you all have a restful and merry break and look forward to catching back up with you in the new year. I'm Scarlett Gooch.
And I'm Hannah Whorton.
And we are Lakeside in Focus. See you next year.
Merry Christmas.